I've got 41 agility, so I can obviously do this course. It starts at the west side of the north building in Draenor with some climbable rough walls. We climb up this wall, and as we're on the top, there's a nice little tightrope to take us to the next building. This building being the very building which is also the entrance to the Halloween event that we just closed. There's also another tightrope which takes us down to this building. I have no idea what's in this building.
Not very much.
We'll ignore it. It's not of significant importance. That's 2 tightropes, then we shimmy across this little wall over here. Nice little climb up animation over here. Jump onto the wall, then jump up. This is the wise old man's house. And there's a nice gap jump here where we jump down onto this roof. And over here there is a crate at the bottom where we jump onto the crate and then jump down. That's the very first agility course. At the moment there isn't any XP plugged into it because we haven't decided how much XP we're going to reward people for this yet, and there's no balancing on it. So there isn't actually anything significant to see, or any XP getting significant to this yet. But we'll just go around it again just so we can see it again.
The answer is yes, you will be able to fill the obstacles, but we haven't programmed that in yet. Not all the obstacles, but a few of them I think we can have you fall off.
What I'm also trying to do is I had one of the animators for RS3 teach me how to use our old animation tool, because it's not that much different to our current animation tool, and we're trying to make some new exciting animations for this, such as I have an eagle dive from a very popular Xbox and RS, well, for a very popular console game where you dive off a building into a haystack. Obviously there's no haystack, but the eagle dive itself is what's important.
My eagle dive, no, I can't call it an eagle dive.
Well, I call it the eagle dive because there's always an eagle nearby. I don't know what it is, but I've tried to animate one of those. At the moment I do have one, but I don't know if it works. I haven't actually exported it into its animation format yet, so when we do manage to do that, we'll see if it works. I also want a few barrel rolls and backflips, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Luke V22 I think was asked an interesting question, which I know you got the answer for, Ash. Is can you see people when you are on the ground?
No, sadly you cannot see people on different vertical levels in old school Runescape, or indeed in RS3. They looked at how they could do that before, but we got some really weird effects, especially around castle walls, where there's different levels very close together in the fortresses in the corner. It just looked really, really weird when you could attack some people but not others. So even RS3 doesn't have that yet.
This is the Alcarid course, which is a minimum level of 20 agility. This is the one that I've made, hence why you're about to see a few hilarious bugs in it. Again, this starts at the on the north side of the north building. This is the tanning place, I believe. Yes, it's the tanning place. Again, it starts with a simple rough wall at the side. We climb up, we run along. There's a raised bit of roof next to a tightrope. I shall address that in due time. We climb over the tightrope, onto the top of the bank, onto the... Matt was the one that came up with the idea of wanting a rope swing, I believe. No, actually you wanted a jump.
I wanted a running jump.
Matt wanted a running jump, but if you notice there is a huge gap between this building and this much taller building, and that wouldn't be a feasible thing to do, so I installed this rope swing, and I really regret doing it. So there's this rope swing. I'm gonna run across this rope swing quickly. It's getting better. I need to improve that animation slightly. Then we come along to this, and I hate Matt for it, this zip line. Now, this was the bane of my life, and I spent more than a day getting this thing working, and it's still not working. So we're going to go down this zip line. Once we enter our... Yeah, there we go. So this part works, but obviously the rest of it is rather choppy and whatnot. Obviously once we get down here, there's another little tightrope over here. The tightrope ourselves over. We walk through a wall onto some raised building. Then we parkour ourselves up this climbing roof bit. Now I can learn to click. There you go. Also have a tightrope. Where we get to the other end of the tightrope. There is a nice little jump down. Again, there's no XP on this yet because we haven't decided how much XP we want to reward people. We'll get to that in balancing. But that's the Alcarid course.
Now, someone asked about randoms. The answer is yes, there can be randoms in these things.
So you won't find anybody alking at the very top in a really obscure place. We'll go around it again to run the other one again and give people a chance to see my fails.
Although if you want to hang out in a really obscure place, you're welcome to do so. I always found that fun.
The course is rather long. The reason it's long is because obviously if we cut it short, you'd have quite a long way to run back to the start. And obviously, with agility, you want to be able to get to the end of the agility course and not be so far away from the start, so you can run round and round and round again. In this example, if we finish the course over here, you're on the other side. Listen, fail again. You're on the other side of our grid, so running back is a pain in the arse. So I looped it round to be towards the start, but if you think it's still too long, let us know and we'll try and find a way of rerouting it, I guess, and making it more tolerable. But this is one, again, this is a beginner course. This requires 20 agility to start. After that, there's a 30 agility course, so 20 to 30 agility doesn't take too long, especially with Quest XP anyway. So we'll finish this course and then we'll head to Varrock, which is one Ash done, which is why you'll see that there's nothing wrong with it.
Well, not a lot.
Right, we'll head to Varrock, shall we? I don't actually know where to start with this one.
Somewhere around the general store.
Right, here it is, the agility symbol tells us. The leap of faith, yeah, Apocalypse pointed out, I am trying to animate a leap of faith. Bear with me, I'm not an animator. None of us are animators, so anything we come up with is more than likely going to look terrible, but I guess that's relevant in some way. Right. This agility this agility course requires 30 agility. It's a third agility course. As you've seen, we just jumped up and then jumped up again, all in the same animation. Ash has installed a brilliant little animation for this one. There's a clothesline here with a pigeon on it. We're going to hop across, jump over the pigeon, and then jump over to here.
It squawks.
The pigeon does squawk. There's a gap here where we jump down onto a little ledge with a loading screen. That's rather annoying, but oh well. We shimmy along this little ledge onto this balance wall, and then we slide along this half-constructed, or forever half-constructed building. The Varrock builders are very lazy, and we jump onto the apothecary roof. Leap gap onto this very enormous stone and wood building, which I believe you can run.
You can run all the way around it.
If
there's
you,
nothing there.
For whatever reason, if you ever wanted to, that you can go over here.
Lucas, it will be in PvP worlds. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
Yeah, it'll be great fun.
And I've tried to make sure you can see people on other obstacles from each one where possible, so that you aren't just changing vertical level all the time.
Yep.
Bit of a bounce there.
I don't know how to go after this, so I'm going to just click around and learn myself. I haven't done this course yet. Ash made this course. Oh, here we go. Leap gap, where we leap
Into the building.
onto the building, and then I'm guessing there's a leap down somewhere. There is.
In fact, there's a leap up.
Oh, there's a hurdle edge. Oh, that's pretty cool. Jump off edge, then we.
Now you're finished.
Which way we jump down? And we're not that far away from the start of the agility course. Again, no XP plugged into this one. We'll work that out as we go. Next is Canifis, I believe.
It is indeed level 40.
Right, as I said, this is level 14 Canifis. This is one that I've made, hence the rather hilarious bugs you're about to see, and I'm still working out why this is happening. I've run out of agility, I've run out of energy. This might have something to do with me not having high enough agility XP. Before the questions start coming through about agility or energy is something we would love to resolve, because we understand that's a problem, and I hate it as much as you, but we'll get to that. So the start of this course, level 40 agility course in Canifis, we start with this giant tree. This is the tree from the Mountain Daughter quest that I've coloured green. I think it's a rather suitable green. What we do is we slide up this tree, we jump down, we get stuck on top of it because I haven't done it properly. We run along here, there's a jump gap, we jump a rather huge distance onto this building over here, we then jump a rather huge distance onto this building over here, then we jump again onto this building using Ash's animation. We then jump again over this building over here, and then I've tried to implement another one of Matt's ideas, which is a pole vault, which again is from the Mountain Daughter quest. This is a pain in the arse, but we're about to see it. Wait.
It didn't do that yesterday.
No, it seems to change every time. Even if I don't recode it, it seems to change every time I do it.
So it's susceptible to loading delays.
We'll go back to that one then. We'll show it again. Then we jump down to this building. Then we jump down over here. This building is the bank. There's a jump gap here. Everyone is laughing at my animation. I'm just seeing the comments come through now. And the course is finished. Let's go run it again. let's jump up here. There's obviously a delay on the stream. I think it's about 8-second delay, so I'm seeing the comments come through afterwards. So we'll go back around it again. We jump up, we jump up, we jump across. I seem to have picked the two worst building or towns that I could have animated or done any coding with. I've had to quite literally rebuild Canifis to make this work. When I say rebuild Canifis, I have taken the roofs off and then put them back on again in different places. We're back at the pole animation again now. Here we go. Pole. Let's see what it looks like this time, since it looks different every time. We'll look at this angle. Wait. There we go. I end up in a building. So I'll work on that one. I hope.
Was it Genesis required for this one?
This is 40 Genesis.
40.
And then we jump down.
The next one after that is level 51 in Palador.
No, I can't remember the Palador type of
4752, 2020-ish.
Oh, I'll go off. This is one that Ash has made. Again, this is why you'll see nothing wrong with it.
So I spent quite a lot of last night trying to make the tightrope work, and you'll see I didn't manage yet.
I don't know where you start with this one.
That building where the cooking icon is. The randomisation of the minimap icon is really annoying.
I'm trying. Oh, there it is. These things aside. Okay, there you go. We're gonna climb up there. We come across this tightrope. I've not done this watch. This is new to me. Then I assume jump somewhere.
We do. Look for handholds on the building.
Ah, there we go. Cross handholds. We go around the building.
This was kind of fiddly.
We set across. We're up here. Awesome.
We now jump to the next building.
Jump gap. And then we... Jump gap again. There we go. Onto this building. There's another side route.
This is the one I was having trouble getting the heights right for.
Yes, as you can see it's very bumpy, but that's usually the unique way our height mapping works in old school. Or even just RuneScape, to be honest. This is a pain in the arse.
This one's a bit more of a skid because it's so steep.
Then we jump the gap. Rune Creed is the appropriate name. Then we jump ledge.
And now we're hurtling all the way around this building. We're on the mining guild, sort of.
Yes, we jump down. We have given a few of these jumps, funny examine options. So there's no reason to extend in this. But I want to put something interesting in there. Yeah, there you go. I might put some references to some popular games or quotes or something or other in there. If you have any ideas, do post on the forums. I will put anything clean that people suggest in. Rune Creed Black Flag. Yeah, we could have something pretty awesome. I'd like to have little blades on your arms and that's it. We'll go up again. I think it's the last course, isn't it?
That's as far as we've got so far.
Yeah, this is the very last agility course. This is the last course that we've developed. There's another one. Well, there's more still to come. This is as far as we've got. There's actually questions here that we've been partially ignoring.
Let's try toggling roof stuff like Luke V22 says.
It's just toggle roof, isn't it?
Toggle roof.
Roofs are now hidden.
Yeah. Fortunately, the ones you're standing on are not included in that. It's like when you go upstairs in the building, it takes away what's above you, but it doesn't take away the floor you're standing on.
Resident Hero said, I'd like to see a rooftop course in Ardoing. Lucky for you, the highest agility course, which is the level 90 course, is in Ardoing. So there will be a course for that, and we will get to it as we go up the levels.
One of us is going to have to map it.
I really feel like an easy one to do.
Well, I think Sears is next on the list.
That would be a fun one.
Then you got Hunger Games minigame.
What PvP ones are.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is.
Sure.
If we took away log out, then yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
People are questioning the pronunciation of Ardoing. Despite what it's spelt, it is actually pronounced Ardoing. It looks like Ardoon, Ardugny, Ardown. It's actually Ardoing.
In fact, I think there's a wiki page with all the pronunciations of the difficult words on it.
Yeah,
It started battery when we started having voiceover for the other Runescape.
Yes.
But before I worked here, I always called it Ardoon until I worked here. Everybody told me I was wrong, so it's Ardoing.
Yeah.
I remember in 2004 when I started working here, we were still discussing it.
People asking about rewards. The rewards, obviously, they're XP courses. There's going to be XP in it. There's also going to be a chance of collecting Mark of Grace, we've called it, which may spawn at some point around it. Collecting enough of them, you can use them to spend on some agility armour, which will reduce your weight.
Yeah, I think that's as much as we can show of the course, because there's nothing else. Got to game screen now.